We are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Thursday evening. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button on the way out. Sorry I wasn't here on Tuesday. The neighbor got me sick. I still feel terrible today, but we're going to try to get through it. I definitely appreciate y'all. Let's get this thing started. Kablamo. What up, guys and girls? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that fun stuff. You can also get this program on your favorite podcasting platforms. Apple iTunes, Spotify, all that fun stuff. Just search Rebel Without a Reason and you should find me. If you can't find me, go over to rebelwithoutareason.com. There you're going to find a link for the show at the top of the page. Or right down here. You can watch there. Because sometimes they hide the show from y'all. You know how they do. While you're there, you can pick up all your gear to show your support for your man Trump over there. Your new stuff we got out there. The T24 shirts. In stock and ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I got mine on order right now. I'll show y'all what they look like when I get here. Get you one of those mugs. Show your support for your man. Trump 2024. Because you know the rest of these fools can't hang. That's at rebelwithoutareason.com. The rest of them are absolutely pathetic. I know you've been seeing some of them. Mike Pence's new retarded ass ad, him trying to pump some gas. Come on, dude. Ain't nobody believing that. If they are believing that, I feel bad for them. Y'all grown people falling for this bullshit. Let's jump right into this thing. I appreciate y'all being here. Cat 6, Anthony. Jump right into this mess. I'm gonna mute this because it's got some sound on it. You tell me what the point of this right here is, having this little kid dressing like this right here. What kind of statement are you trying to make? This little kid got a little outfit on, her mama or whoever, her caretaker. She look like she got the butt lift. I don't understand what they're trying to do with these little kids, man. What the hell is this supposed to do? Give me an explanation because I don't get it. Is that the latest fashion? Is that the latest trend? Dumb as hell. Where's that kid daddy at, man? I don't know. I don't think the father would approve of their child going out looking like that. If I had a daughter, hell no. Hell no. Let's keep this thing going here. Did y'all see the actor that played King of the Hill? The actor named Johnny Hardwick, he died. It was the guy that played Dale from King of the Hill. He did the voice acting. King of the Hill actor Johnny Hardwick dies as fans pay tribute. Johnny Hardwick, known for playing the character of Dale Gribble on King of the Hill, has sadly died, according to reports. Hardwick was a renowned comedian who started his stand-up comedy in 1990 in Texas before landing his shot on the Jon Stewart Show a few years later. As per TMZ reporting, law enforcement officials were called to Hardwick's Texas home on Wednesday for a welfare check, and they discovered the body. Beloved actor was declared dead at the scene. Foul play has been ruled out at this time. There is currently no cause of death, so we don't know what it was. Hardwick's character played across from the show lead Hank Hill as conspiracy theory loving friend who always had a hand to offer some laughs. Who was always on hand to offer some laughs. Gribble was forever changing what he did for a job. Some examples: he was exterminator, camp counselor, bounty hunter, and famously a propane salesman. Out of the 259 episodes of King of the Hill that aired, Hardwick's voice was featured in 258 of them, proving he was a long-standing member of the team. So he only did one. He wasn't included in only one show that they did. He was a funny character, too. Featuring in the first episode of 1997, the actor remained part of the furniture in the show until its conclusion in 2010. The show is reported to be having a revival, with Hardwick reportedly set on returning, though it's unclear whether he got to do this before his passing. Alongside his work on the popular show, the actor could be often found recording songs for his YouTube channel, often dressed as his character. I never even saw his YouTube channel. That's so crazy. They're supposed to do the reboot. So they're going to do some type of... Oh, we got motorcycles driving by. So they're going to do a reboot of the show, possibly. I wonder if they're going to use some of the old audio takes. Because that's one good thing about doing your voice on audio is they can always go back and pull those pieces if they needed to reconstruct something or make something out of nothing. R.I.P. to that, man. Thanks for providing all those laughs for all those years, sir. We appreciate you. Let's move on to this next one here. A Putnam County man arrested after posting a video with explosives. Some guy named Levi Flat. He was seen buying a propane tank, pipe bombs, ammo, Molotov cocktails. Let's watch this.
Bombs, Molotov cocktails.
Come on, bitch. Give me the sound. Are you for real right now? Let me reload this bullshit. See if it'll go again.
News this morning. Pipe bombs, Molotov.
I don't know why it's not giving me
a tip about a video that he posted. All found in and nearly 200 rounds this morning. Pipe bombs, Molotov cocktails, a gun, and nearly 200 rounds of ammunition. All found inside of a van headed to the Putnam County Fair. That's according to the sheriff's office. You're looking at a picture of a bomb squad searching that van. A warrant was issued for Levi Flat after a tip about a video.
Damn, they got the robot on him and everything.
That he posted. ATF agents tracked him down, started following him after he walked out of a Walmart with a propane tank. Then, when they stopped him, he told deputies the explosive was inside of the van.
Says to read this article. This is in Cookeville, Tennessee. Putnam County Sheriff's Office worked with the ATF agents to apprehend an unstable man who was in possession of explosive chemicals. According to the PCSO, deputies received a citizen tip on August 7th about a video posted online of a man saying, "Hey, ATF, let me know if this is legal. A pound of tannerite, a pipe bomb, and a wine bottle full of diesel." Dude, ain't nothing like trying to bait some shit and you get your ass in trouble. The man in the video was identified as 30-year-old Levi Flat, who is a Putnam County resident. ATF agents were contacted, and it was determined that Flat had enough materials to make a bomb, and a search warrant was issued. Later that same day, 2 ATF agents observed Flat driving away from his home in a white Chevrolet van. The agents followed the van to the Putnam County Highway Department parking lot on Veterans Drive, then to Walmart, where he purchased a propane tank. After leaving the Walmart parking lot, the agents observed Flat was traveling in the direction of the Putnam County Fairgrounds. So the PCSO deputies moved in to perform a stop on Jefferson Avenue. During his arrest, Flat admitted the explosive device was from the video was inside the van in a blue cooler. I wish they had some pictures of the inside of that so we could see what their evidence was. Could you imagine some dude rolling around in a blue cooler full of explosives? What the hell, dude? Tennessee Highway Patrol Bomb Squad was called to the scene and used a recovery robot to inspect the vehicle. The search uncovered 3 pipe bombs, 2 Molotov cocktails, 1 handgun with a tampered serial number, approximately 160 rounds of ammunition, a flak jacket, and a shield. Flat's mother's home in Baxter was also searched, which is his known residence. Why do these motherfuckers always live with their mama for? They don't say how old the guy is, but oh, he's 30 years old. He's 30 years old, living with his mama? That's red flag number 1. You're talking about red flag laws. You still live with your mom and you're 30? Investigation. What up, Krabby? Yeah, man, I got your story. I just played it a second ago about Dale. Thanks for that. Yeah, shout out to Krabby for some news information. Always sending me the good stuff. Enjoy your meal, sir. Flat was booked late Monday, August 7th, and charged with possession of prohibited weapons and an altercation of serial numbers, being held without bond, and is scheduled to appear in court on August the 16th. Crazy as hell. That ain't the only one that's been trying to taunt the authorities. I know y'all saw ABL's post. He just made a video about it a second ago. I didn't get to watch the actual video yet, but people are always trying to taunt the FBI. They'll show up at your damn house, man. Dumb. Let's see if I can find this. Hell, here's another guy. There was a local guy right here. Man arrested for threatening Nashville bank with a bomb and attempted robbery. Man was arrested for attempted robbery after police say, this is in Nashville too, by the way. Police say he threatened to set off a bomb inside a Nashville bank. Metro police report Mario Armstrong, 37 years old, was seen on surveillance footage walking up to the drive-thru of a Pinnacle bank and showing a handwritten note saying there was a bomb in the building. Armstrong also wrote on the note that he wanted cash or he would set the bomb off. The bank manager called 911 right away, and the suspect fled on foot. He was caught on surveillance footage changing clothes behind a nearby business. Why? People are just retarded, man. Criminals are criminals for a reason because they're dumb as hell. Officers responding to the scene saw Armstrong near Hicks Road and he tried to flee on foot. Law enforcement immediately apprehended him. Officers searched the suspect's bag and found items worn during the attempted robbery at the bank located on Highway 70. He was charged with attempted robbery, resisting arrest, and evading arrest. Federal charges are currently under consideration. Like, dude, you're going to go to go to jail for a long time trying to rob a bank. Dumb. Dumb as hell. We're going to get to that other bomb story in here in just a second. I want y'all to see this one, though, before we get started. Y'all remember Home Improvement? Remember the little kid that was the older brother on Home Improvement? This dude done got arrested in Oregon again. He's had trouble with the law before, too. Eugene, Oregon. Zachary Ty Bryan, the actor who played the oldest son on the long-running 1990s sitcom Home Improvement, was arrested in Oregon again. He's 41 now. Don't that make you feel old as hell? He's 41 now. That's crazy. He was just a kid. He was arrested on Friday, currently being booked into the Lane County Jail on felony counts of 4th-degree assault and 3rd robbery, as well as misdemeanor harassment charge. Being held without bail. That's probably because he was on probation. Bryan was previously arrested in Eugene in October for 2020 for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend. February 2021, he pled guilty to menacing and assault charges. Several other counts were dismissed. So he had other charges, but they dismissed that shit. In that case, Bryan was sentenced to 3 years probation. Yep, there it is right there. And he had several conditions, including that he attend and complete a domestic violence intervention treatment program. That's all the facts they got on the case, though. So he's being held without bond right now. Can you believe that? He was a star on one of the biggest shows on television when he was a kid, and now he's being held without bail for beating the hell out of his girlfriend again. Crazy, man. I don't know if there was any kind of alleged drug use involved with that, but why would you do that? Why the hell would you do that? Here's the other story I was trying to tell you about. A Utah man accused of threatening President Biden's life and others got shot dead. Have y'all seen this? You heard about this?
This damaged window is some of the aftermath from when the FBI showed up trying to arrest Craig Robertson around 6 in the morning.
Kind of identifying themselves as FBI, yelling at Craig to come out of his house.
Doors down, John Michael Osola heard things escalate.
These loud kind of bangs of just kind of waking him up, I think, waking up the whole block too.
Eventually, the SWAT team and FBI forcefully entered the house.
And he kept shouting something too, like, I haven't broken any federal laws, and so he was clearly there.
Gunshots could be heard.
We just kind of saw him pull Craig out and put him on the kind of edge of his driveway there and tend to him for a couple minutes, but it was pretty clear he was gone.
An FBI spokesperson confirms agents shot and killed the suspect. They were there because Robertson had been making social media threats, which can be seen online and in court documents, to kill or inflict bodily harm on President Joe Biden during his visit to Utah. One reads, quote, I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off the M24 sniper rifle. Robertson has also made remarks online since March about FBI agents, the New York County District Attorney, and other officials.
I don't know, you hear about crazy things happening other places, but it's weird to be in Provo.
Neighbor Morgan Jonda and his wife were shocked learning about this on their morning stroll.
It's just a quiet neighborhood. Nothing ever happens.
All this happening just hours before President Biden was set to land in Salt Lake, about 40 miles away.
Yeah, so, stop that right there for a second. Yeah, so Biden was on his way to Utah, and this dude was making all kinds of threats. You saw the post that he did right there. Hang on a second. They did another longer story with some more photos. Woo, what happened there? History. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me find this piece here. Man, I should have timestamped that. Give me 1 second here to find this beast. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me. Yeah, you saw Hawaii was on fire too. Shit. People were getting ran out of their house and stuff. Half the island was on fire. Oh yeah, here we go.
And killed by the FBI. Officials say the incident took place yesterday while FBI agents were attempting to serve a warrant to the man at his Provo home. NBC News senior White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell joins us with the latest on this. Hey, Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. The FBI had been aware of this suspect for several months, tipped off
Aware of him for several months.
by a social media company that was concerned about his posts, making threats against.
They were brought to his attention by a social media company. I wonder who that could have been. I wonder who the hell could have that been?
All kinds of political figures in the Democratic Party. Officials say that crossed the line from political speech to the potential for political violence. And of course, this comes at a time in the country where broadly we've seen more threats and acts of violence targeting elected officials and their families.
New this morning.
Get out of the way here.
This video of the deadly encounter outside a Utah.
They popped it off. Boy, they threw one of them incendiaries up in there. Wake your ass up, fool. It's 3 a.m.
Man's home Wednesday. The FBI was there to arrest him for alleged threats to assassinate President Biden. The suspect was shot and killed by agents just hours before the president was due to land in Utah. The FBI says it had been tracking months of vulgar and violent threats against the president and other prominent Democrats, made by Craig D. Robertson, believed to be in his 70s. Wednesday morning.
Wouldn't they know if he was in his 70s? They say believed to be in his 70s. If they had the arrest warrant, they know his birth date. Don't they know his exact age?
The FBI says it shot and killed Robertson while serving a warrant at his home.
The SWAT team went through his back door with a battering ram. They called for my neighbor to come out, and he's like, I'm not coming out.
Here is a look inside a weapons stockpile.
Look at these guns this fool had, too. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 on that wall. Look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's zoom in on these here. God dang. He's got some on this wall, too, it looks like. It's kind of hard to see right here. Some right there. Ammos and whatnot right there. And you're legal to have all that stuff. Just don't be threatening nobody to do weird shit with it, man. Use all that stuff to hunt your turkeys and whatnot.
Displayed on his social media. The timing became urgent Wednesday when the suspect made fresh threats tied to the Biden scheduled visit. The FBI says Robertson knew about the trip. I hear Biden is coming to Utah, and referred to cleaning the dust off the sniper rifle. Investigators told the court his photos and comments showed Robertson had the gear and was prepared to use sniper tactics. In the arrest warrant, Robertson's own posts had described him as a MAGA Trumper.
Yeah, this is where they go sideways with the reporting right here. His own post, though, it says described him as a MAGA Trumper, and they run that shit into the ground. But before we get into that, check out this cool reloading setup. Yeah, boy, he reloaded his own ammo and shit. If you don't know what that means taking the old casings and refilling them with gunpowder, putting a new bullet in there, remaking it and all that stuff, doing that yourself. You can save a little bit of money doing it that way. When they say collect your brass or hang on to your brass, that's what they're talking about when you go to the gun range. Cat says, I wonder how many people threatened Trump and they did nothing. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, yeah, I'm sure there was. There are people still threatening him daily. What about, what's her name? What the hell was her name? Kathy Griffin that did the headless Trump thing. Did FBI ever show up at her house? I don't know. Let's get back to it.
The FBI also noted he had been wearing a Trump hat when he was under surveillance.
What does that mean? He was wearing a Trump hat when he was under surveillance. I don't even know what the hell that means. Hang on, I got it right here. The hell does that mean anyway?
I don't even know what the hell that means.
I don't even know what the hell that means. Yeah, we all know what it means. They're saying Trump supporters are crazy, man.
You guys are crazy, bro. I mean, you reload your own ammo. You talk about 2A. You talk about freedom of speech. I mean, y'all too much.
Pages of detailed and graphic death threats targeted many of the same public.
Detailed and graphic death threats targeting the same public officials Trump often talks about. Okay, and then they run the clip to make sure you know they got this shit all figured out.
Figures Mr. Trump often talks about. Officials responsible for prosecuting the former president, including Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg.
The criminal is the district attorney.
More than angry words.
Dude, the fact that that little bitty clip was so fast right there lets you know everything you need to know right there. Let's go back. They're going to set it up nice and clean for you.
Responsible for prosecuting the former president, including Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg.
The criminal is the district attorney.
More than angry.
The criminal is the district attorney. Boom, cut it right there. That's all we need.
Words, the official papers charging Robertson with crimes say he had, quote, intent to kill, at a minimum, DA Bragg and President Joe Biden. The FBI says Robertson threatened federal agents, too. President Biden later arrived in Utah and was briefed on the deadly incident and the threats.
We learn also on the social media.
And Biden said, huh? What? Who? Where?
Of this man, Craig Robertson, that he described himself as a self-employed woodworker. Now, some of the posts directly warned and very explicitly told the FBI that if they came to his door, he would meet them armed. And the man lived about an hour from where President Biden was expected to land, and that contributed to the sense of urgency in all of this. Savannah?
Kelly, switching gears a little also before we let you go, we know yesterday the White House announced new rules prohibiting some investments in China.
Yeah, so that was that. I don't know why they're trying to limit investments in China. Joe's giving them the main line. Yeah, they did find that. They found whose coke was at the White House. Yeah, they did. They still don't want to say who it was, though, but they know who it is. They got a fingerprint. They got a fingerprint, but they won't tell us who it was because we already know who it is. But that's okay. As long as that they know that we know that they know that we know. It's all good, bro. What's up, alien? Yeah, he is a cryptid alien. You claiming him on your side, man? I wouldn't claim him. There was another story in this whole madness I want y'all to see. Trying to find it. I guess it wasn't on there. Yeah, it wasn't on that one. We're going to keep rolling. But yeah, make sure you be careful who you get making threats to and shit. They'll come for your ass. They'll pull your card. Y'all see this one? Oh, Dianne Feinstein. She got hospitalized again. 90 years old. Her eye's falling out, y'all. I don't know if y'all could tell. She got that Terminator eye. One eye left. On Wednesday, 90-year-old Senator Dianne Feinstein was hospitalized after suffering a fall in San Francisco. That'll break your hip right there. That'll get you all kinds of fucked up. According to reports, Senator Feinstein fell in her home on Tuesday and was subsequently taken to a nearby hospital. 90-year-old Democrat who recently relinquished her power of attorney to her daughter has been plagued with health issues and public mental lapses in recent months. Dude, she does look like They Live, don't she? Guardians, They Live. She looks like one for sure. As previously reported by the DC Inquirer. Remember when the Inquirer was just about like space monkeys and weird shit? They actually got facts nowadays. Senator Feinstein has been called upon to resign after a series of medical episodes and senior moments while in Congress. What are senior moments where they just tell you, look, we ain't doing debate, just vote aye. That's all you got to do. Just say the word aye. Can you say aye? Aye. Okay. We passed a law. Just last month, the ailing senator's staffers had to intervene during a routine vote, just what I was just saying, the defense of authorization bill, with some of her staffers directing her to just say aye in a hot mic moment that went viral. The clip features Feinstein going on an unplanned rant about supporting the vote, with the senator saying it provides $823 billion. That's an increase of $26 billion for the Department of Defense, and it funds priorities submitted, she said before being cut off by her staff. This is what I was trying to play the other day. Let's watch this.
Senator Feinstein.
Say aye.
Pardon me?
Aye.
Yeah.
Just say
I would like to support a yes vote on this. It provides $823 billion. That's an increase of $26 billion for the Department of Defense. And it funds priorities submitted.
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just aye.
Thank you.
Look at that shit.
Senator Feinstein.
Like, they got to come over like, dude, you don't need to negotiate nothing. We don't need to debate nothing. Nothing's on. You don't have to. This is not the usual spiel. Just say aye. Oh, just say aye? Yep, just do the aye.
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just aye.
Thank you.
Wow, see how easy that was? See how easy that was when you do what you're told? Ridiculous. 90 fucking years old, dude. Ain't the retirement age like 65? Why are these people still in here? I'd be killing me with this trash. Check this shit out, though. This is good news. Rumble secures live stream rights to the first two Republican primary debates. Jericho Greens is going live. Matt Mittens was in the live chat. I don't know who Matt Mittens is. What the hell? Rumble secures live stream rights to the first two Republican primary debates. If you're tired of censorship and dystopian threats against civil liberties, subscribe to that. Reclaim the net, whatever the hell, .org. In an announcement from the Republican National Committee, Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel declared the addition of select pertinent partners for their forthcoming Republican presidential primary debate. Say that shit 3 times fast. Yeah, it's probably going to crash, no doubt. Make sure you get on that train before it crashes, though. The principles involved in this event highlight the RNC's continued dedication to communal dialogue, free speech, zero censorship. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute, Univision, Rumble, and Fox Business will be allied with the RNC pertinently for their second Republican presidential primary debate on September the 27th. Let me write that shit down. What's up, Bob? Let's see here. RNC debates. 27, 23. So that's going to be September the 27th, 2023. The eminent Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley will act as the venue endorsing the event. As a staunch defender of free speech, Rumble asserts its role once again as the RNC's exclusive provider for live streaming the debate online. Rumble's commitment to being an unwavering platform untouched by censorship or big tech bias resonates with the RNC's free speech perspective. Sweet, we'll be there. Everybody and their mama's going to be there, sir. Be there or be square. Do 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 do. So I want to check this shit out. 19 arrested in an FBI probe of Australian pedophile ring that left agents dead. Anybody hear about this in the mainstream news? Probably not, but the New York Post did a story on it. 19 people.
Which has coordinated a joint investigation, which has resulted in 13 children being rescued and the arrest of 19 men. We will allege that these men were members of a technologically sophisticated online child abuse network that were operating across the country. What I can advise is the majority of these individuals were experienced in ICT or in current ICT roles, so they had a higher level of technical competency. This has been a complex investigation. Members of this network were using encryption and other methods to avoid law enforcement detection whilst they were sharing videos and files of child abuse material. Operation Bacchus kicked off in 2022 as a result of information that was provided by the FBI to the ACE in relation to Australian members of a peer-to-peer network allegedly sharing child abuse material online.
There you go, right there. You're not going to see that shit in any other show. They're not going to tell you this. Bob says, Rebel, can you get your channel monetized? Yes and no. The Rumble channel is already monetized, so if you want to make a donation there, you can do that. Or you can go to the Cash App that's running along the bottom of the screen right now. Links also in the description of the video, should be all there. They denied my monetization on YouTube for now. I got to make a little video groveling to them saying why I deserve to be part of the group, why I can play like a good boy, and maybe they'll give it to me. But until then, go to Cash App Rebel Without a Reason, or you can donate on the Rumble channel for now. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for asking. Here we're going to get into it. Over a dozen men have been charged with sex crimes in Australia following an American FBI investigation that proved fatal for 2 agents. Now, you figure if 2 FBI agents got shot overseas doing a child trafficking sting, that'd be some type of major national news. But obviously not. Officials announced on Tuesday that 19 men had been arrested and charged with a combined 138 offenses in connection to an international pedophile ring. We will allege all these men were members of a technologically sophisticated online child abuse network that was operating across the country, Australian Federal Police Commander Helen Schneider told news outlets. 2 of the suspects have been convicted and sentenced, according to the authorities. Already? That shit just happened the other day. Y'all got sentenced already? Shit moves fast over there, boy. Get this where you can see it. Sonia. What's up, Sonia? Welcome to the show. Those convicted are set to serve approximately 15 years in Australian Capital Territory and 5 years in New South Wales. 13 children were rescued in the operation. Wow. But the circumstances of the victims have not been made public. The Australian investigation began following a fatal shootout between FBI agents and an American suspect tied to the criminal group. So the fact that he shot the agents, that's what got the whole investigation even started. Here's the suspect's cell phones and their little laptops set up, their computers set up where they were trafficking people. FBI special agents Daniel Alfin and Laura Schwarzenberger were killed in 2021 while attempting to execute a search warrant for child pornography in Florida. Suspect David Lee Huber, 55, fired a rifle through the door and killed the pair of agents, wounding 3 others, then turned the gun on himself. Wow. Show the picture of the suspect, man. Alfin and Schwarzenberger were the best FBI has to offer, they said. Laura was not only a colleague, but a close friend. That's crazy, man. I didn't hear nothing about that on anywhere else. I wonder how many times that they catch these fools and we never even hear about it. Daily. Remember the other day, it was probably last week when we did this video of Trump's lawyer. This is an extended version of that where she really went in on these fools and they're asking questions about Trump's case. Alina Habba is her name. So let's watch this again. The full version this time.
On March 17th, Hunter accidentally admits that it was his laptop from hell. The next day, DA Alvin Bragg indicts President Trump. June 8th, an FBI document is released showing that the Ukrainians paid the Biden crime family millions and millions of dollars. The next day, the Mar-a-Lago raid and the Mar-a-Lago indictment. Last week, Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal fell through when the judge realized it had blanket immunity. The following day, a superseding indictment against Donald Trump. July 31st, Devin Archer goes to testify in front of the House. That was only after They failed to put him in jail prior to the fact. What happens the next day? The January 6th indictment that we're here for today. This is not a coincidence. This is election interference at its finest against the leading candidate right now for president, for either party.
We see you, Mr. Sneaky Photographer, man. Look at this guy. He's getting the perfect shot right there. Why would he be standing directly behind her, looking at her toward the cameras? I get it, but earn that money, homeboy.
Against the leading candidate
Get both
right
cheeks.
now for president, for either party. President Trump is under siege in a way that we have never seen before. President Trump and his legal team and everyone on his team will continue to fight, not for him, but for the American people. I'll take some questions.
Well, thank you. I know the president has called this a witch hunt. You just laid out several examples of that. Any other thoughts that the president has communicated to you in terms of why this is going on and then why he calls it a witch hunt?
I think a witch hunt is really the way that anybody should describe this, because it's not something we've seen in our time. This is not even political. This is beyond that. A witch hunt is when you relentlessly attack your opponent, when you relentlessly attack the thing that you are most afraid of. People are afraid of somebody that cannot be bought by Washington. People are afraid of somebody who is independently wealthy and who has given up his good life to fight for this country. And that frightens a lot of politicians who are career politicians, unfortunately, because he'll get back there, and I know he'll be fighting for every one of us so that this doesn't happen to us.
This case is about free speech, but the special counsel says Trump could have disagreed with the results and talked about it. No crime there. The difference is what he did to try and switch the votes.
So what is it that he did to try and switch the votes that you refer to? By bringing cases, by using the law in an appropriate manner, unlike what we're sitting here today seeing. This is not appropriate. What President Trump did is he said, go patriotically and peacefully and protest. That is an American right. That is why we are America and we are not a third world country. Although I will say that today, I don't feel very much like we are in America. Yes.
This case should go forward before or after the 2024 presidential election?
I think that every court needs to look at this as a whole, right? It's not about the January 6th case. It's about the fact that in the matter of a couple months, we have seen them try and tie up, and me as an attorney, I've never seen this, tie up one individual who's running a campaign, running for office for president, so that he is in court, in depositions, and distracted, so that he won't properly run for 2024. And frankly, it's not going to work.
Is the legal team going to argue that the election was stolen?
I don't think that that's the argument that needs to be made. I think that anybody that believes that is misreading this. The truth is, as an American, there were questions that he had regarding the election integrity. We've seen documents come out. We've seen documentaries come out showing that there were issues with the election. And frankly, by bringing this, I don't think Jack Smith really thought it through. There only has to be proof that, number one, President Trump believed that this election was not completely honest. And number two, Jack Smith has opened himself up to a can of worms that we can now look at and really examine.
If you believe that he's innocent and that this is all a setup, why not bring it to trial as soon as possible before the election so that you can clear his name?
Yeah, I would love to do that, but there's something called discovery. And when somebody wants to say that the 2020 election was perfect and that President Trump has no right to object to it, we've got to go show them all the facts. And there's a lot of facts to show. So everybody has their time. And to say that Donald Trump should then be rushed and not be given the same fair proceeding that anybody else is just, frankly, un-American. It's not fair. It's not the way our system works.
A lot of the lawyers who helped him try to overturn the election are unnamed co-conspirators in the indictment. Jenna Ellis isn't. Why do you think that is?
I'm not going to speak to co-conspirators or anybody else. I represent President Trump.
Let's go one more.
She's smart,
there are a
man.
number of there's testimony and there's a number of aides that have said that the president was made aware that he lost the election and yet continued to argue that it was stolen from him. How do you reconcile those two things?
Well, I think that everybody was made aware that he lost the election, but that doesn't mean that that was the only advice he was given. As anybody understands what happens in the Oval Office, there are a numerous amount of advisors and politicians and lawyers, not just one or two, that are giving you advice and telling you what they believe is true. So he may not agree with Mike Pence. He may not agree with one of his lawyers, but that doesn't mean that there weren't other people advising him exactly the opposite. And the president has a right, as every one of us do, to listen to several opinions and make their decision.
I remember hearing Hillary Clinton and Stacey Abrams argue their elections were not right.
Absolutely.
I mean, how, and the weaponization of the DOJ didn't happen then.
No, of course not. But if your last name's Trump, it's very different. So Hillary Clinton could have a problem when she lost the election, and we could have a complete liberal meltdown, as we all saw. But when we have dignified disagreements, we take them to court. We say do things patriotically and peacefully. He's to blame for things that he did not himself do. And that's what we're seeing. Frankly, folks, this is...
Oh, shit, something like that. Yeah, that's basically what she was going into right there, Sonia. Saying it was ridiculous that nobody speaks about election denying that took place before 2020. Oh, there's a whole video circulating out there of a video of Democrats denying elections for like 10 minutes straight. 10 whole minutes straight. Sonia said, B, I like how they call Trump a sexist when he's had so many women on his team. Exactly. And none of them ladies have ever accused him of anything as far as I know. Wolverines, what up, man? Welcome to the show. Let's move on to this next crap here. Emerald Robinson on Twitter says, I've told you this over and over. They're going to run the entire COVID playbook again. Who's ready for the sequel? COVID cases spiked 55% in New York. That's more than half. That's how math works. Doctors are fear of frightening new variants. Ooh. Ooh. Scary. Yeah, man, I'm having a decent day. I'm still sick as hell. The neighbors gave me the strep throat. So I'm all sickly poo-poo. Yeah, Sonia, I know you did a post on this one right here. This is a lady that from Libs of TikTok. It says this woman's been venturing out of her house for the first time, or is venturing out of her house for the first time in 3 years, so she can go see Barbie right in the middle of a deadly pandemic. So brave. And look at this person. I think COVID might be the least of her problems, but I don't know, man. You can be the judge.
I don't remember the last time I went to see a movie because I don't love going to the movie theater. But I'll tell you what, it pisses me off that I can't go see Barbie. I want to go see it.
Why would you want to go see Barbie? She's an older woman. I mean, did she ever play with Barbies as a kid? Maybe she did. Could she even identify with Barbie? I don't know. I'm a man, so I'm speaking out for sure. Speaking out of terms. Can't the babies get it if you have it? Oh, yeah, he said they were all sick anyway. He didn't care. I was like, dude, I don't feel so good. He said, dude, they're all sick anyway. Come over. I had to watch the kids anyway. Yeah, she does sound juvenile. Hashtag Barbie, hashtag worth the risk. N95 mask or else. Oh, she's got a whole safety protocol that you're going to have to follow if you want to be involved with this madness. I know I can't wait to go. What about you guys?
Even if it is white feminism, I want to be able to go. So I'm doing a thing. And if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you can do a thing with me. Here's what it is. Next week, which is July 31st, August 1st, someday next week on a weekday, I am renting out a theater in Northwest Portland. The entire theater. The whole theater. The theater seats 46 people, I think. We're only going to do 20 tickets.
Yes, Sonia, I am aware that Barbie came out in 1959. What I'm meaning by her being older is, ain't that like way past her going to go see childish movies like this? And if she is harking back to nostalgic times of playing with Barbie, did she identify as Barbie? Because she doesn't look like a Barbie to me. Did Barbie have a bigger, older friend named Betsy or something? I don't know. I didn't play with the dolls, so enlighten me.
So me and 19 other people. That's it. In addition to that, there will be one employee. So the entire building, the entire cinema, is going to be one employee plus 20 attendees. That's it. We are the only people in the building, and every single person, including that employee, is going to be wearing an N95 the entire time. The employee's going to put it on before they enter the building. They've been chosen specifically for this purpose. They seem to get it. If you show up because you bought a ticket, I need to see a KN94 well-fitted, or a 95 well-fitted, or a P100. And if I see a baggy mask,
It sounds to me like this lady probably has no friends, and this is her only way of controlling people or getting any kind of stability into her life. She's going to hold a whole event to where she can coordinate things, tell people that they can and can't come in.
I'm going to tell you to take it off and put on one that I hand you. I'm holding onto a bunch of masks. Choose the one you like best. There are no concessions during the movie. They're not even going to open it up. Do not bother bringing food or drinks. You may not take your mask off in the movie. If you need to scratch your nose or you need to take a sip of water, you need to get up, exit the theater, do that, and then come back. They're going to be medically fragile people there.
Her big ass ain't never got up out of a theater and went and took a sip of water and came back. All this crazy protocol. She probably can't reach to wash wash her backside properly. And she's talking about safety protocol. Come on, man.
This is their first opportunity in like 3.5 years, so we are not fucking around here, folks. No kids that can't wear a mask solidly for 2 hours. Like, I'm not going to do little kids because I don't blame them, but it is what it is. This is going to be a morning showing. We are the first people in the building, so we will be in and out well before any other employees or other people show up for the showings. The building will have had a chance to...
Now, think about that. A regular showing for a movie, if you're doing the early, probably the earliest you could get in there, probably 10 o'clock. So she's going to get everybody there. Just imagine, you're ready to go see Barbie movie. You're going to get up before 8 o'clock in the morning and go hang out with this cow. Get your mask on, get your protocol in, be a nice little zombie, fall in line. Way early in the morning. You got to get up and going to be a slave. I'm ready to be mind controlled. Let's do it.
Clear the air from the night before. And also, they upgraded their filtration over the past 3 years, and they just had an inspection, June 26th, their quarterly inspection, and changed out all of their MERV filters. So they're in a pretty good spot. It's going to be $20 to $25 a person. All I'm doing is covering the cost. That's it. So I will refund any overages. It is a risk. I don't know how else to put that. It is definitely a risk to be in a building for 2 hours. Makes me anxious. But I feel like...
I mean, she's scared to go into a building for 2 hours. And here we go. I ain't trying to harken on big-ass people, but she is not healthy. Any doctor could diagnose her and say, dude, just looking at you, we can tell you're not healthy. You're so concerned with this other bullshit? Come on, man.
It's a measured risk and one I'm willing to take. And if there are more cautions that we could take, definitely let me know. But if you want to go, hit the comments, let me know, and I'll be in touch. I'll get in touch with you over DM, and we will make it work. I'm excited, I think, for Barbie. Did not expect to be saying that, right?
So she ain't even really enthusiastic to see the movie even. But she's going through all this trouble to try to get people in. I'm at the edge of my seat right now. I want to know how this turns out. Did she get people there? Was it a big event? Did we miss out? Crazy. Sonia says, do you have what she says about America? No, what did she say about America? If you have that, send it. Send it. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, she's Looney Beans. Looney Tunes. They changed the filters for her. Dude, she needs more filters. I don't think there was any filters on that. I mean, I'd like to know how it turned out. Oh, you're still blocked on Twitter? Oh, imagine that. Fonzie. What up, Fonz on Rumble? That spike in COVID wouldn't have anything to do with all those immigrants laying around on the sidewalk. Nah, not a damn thing. Yeah, she is getting off on controlling people. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let's move on to this next one here, though. Do y'all remember that sassy trucker, the first female trucker ever in Dubai? She got her ass arrested for doing dumb shit. Now she's leaving now. And this is here right here. This is the so-called sassy trucker. She thick to death, though. Look at her right there. Thick to death, son. Oh, my goodness. Let's read this story. The TikToker known as the Sassy Trucker leaves Dubai after being stranded for months over shouting at a rental car employee. Houston woman known online as the Sassy Trucker has left the United Arab Emirates after being stranded in Dubai for months over the altercation at a car rental agency. Yeah, she does get dumps like that truck for sure. Tierra Young Allen, 29. She's 29 years old. She just a youngin'. She left Thursday and will transit through the United Kingdom on her way back to the U.S., said Rada Sterling, who runs a for-hire advocacy group long critical of the UAE called The Detained in Dubai. Allen paid a $1,360 deposit to Dubai police to clear the travel ban she's faced. So is that her fine? Was that her ransom? It wasn't clear if Allen still has any legal complaints against her in UAE, the Federation of Seven Sheikdoms on the Arabian Peninsula. Officials in Dubai did not return requests for comment. The U.S. State Department, in a statement to the Associated Press, acknowledged Allen departed Dubai, but declined to say whether she still faced legal proceedings. She ain't going to face no legal proceedings. She's gone the hell up out of there and will never come back. I guarantee you that. We take seriously our commitment to assist U.S. citizens abroad, State Department said over the past several months. And because she's good looking is probably why she's gone. I mean, she paid the money, obviously. But if you're ugly as hell, your ass staying in jail, man. Yes, Kat, this is the one that yelled and got arrested. She paid her $1,390 and she got her travel ban lifted, so she broke up out of there. The circumstances of the April altercation at the unidentified car rental agency also remain unclear. Allen earlier had been in a rental car involved in a crash. Sterling had described Allen as facing possible charges for shouting at an employee of the rental car agency without elaborating on what Allen said at the time. Sterling accused the car rental agency of raising his voice at Allen and following her out of the shop in a threatening manner during the incident. Dubai police disputed Sterling's description of the altercation, instead saying they received a complaint from the car rental agency about Allen accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst a dispute over car rental fees. The UAE has rules that strictly govern speech far beyond what's common in Western nations. A middle finger raised in a traffic dispute, a text message calling someone a name, or swearing in public can easily spark criminal cases. Wow. Something that foreign tourists who flock there may not realize until it's too late. So if you go into the Dubai, don't be flipping people off in a traffic dispute. Don't be texting nobody, calling them no B words and whatnot. What's the deal with this swing right here hanging off this whatever this contraption is? This looks like a trailer, first of all. Fawns, this looks like a fifth wheel, you know what I'm saying? She's on the back of a big rig, looks like standing up right here. What's this swing all about? Some kind of netting for something? She gonna do some extracurricular activities in there? Mandingo, what up, man? We need public lashings. Yeah, them Sikh guys at the 7-Eleven, they did them public lashings themselves. Tried to get robbed. Get that ass handed to you. Did you see where we spent $8 billion to get 4 people out of Iran? No, I didn't see that. It doesn't surprise me though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Bob. It might have been. It says under Emirati law, publicly insulting another person can carry a sentence of up to 1 year in prison and a fine of $5,450. Disputes over rental car agency fees have seen other foreign tourists stuck in the city-state in the past as well. So they probably said, hey, you didn't get the insurance, you crashed into somebody, give me this money for this. Oh man, Dingo will get a swing like that from Germany. Sweet. Don't hurt yourself. Oh, it just came out today about the 4 in Iran. Dude, it doesn't surprise me. They got so much money to give to other things, but not a damn dollar to give to us. She shouldn't have went there, Jacob says. Have they helped the Marine guy in Russia? No, as far as I know, they haven't. They traded that one guy for him, or Brittany Griner, and said, you know what, homeboy, you're military. You know what it's like to do time. You stay here. He's like, hold up, man. Is that because I got a penis? Exactly. Okay, Sonya just sent me one more about the crazy COVID Barbie movie lady. She talked more about America before she got into the whole movie COVID rant. Why does the majority of current Supreme Court hate Americans? Let's see what this big bitch got to talk about.
I guess I TikTok now. It's been a hell of a Supreme Court season. Are they seasons?
Before we even get started, let's please ban TikTok. I wish Trump would get up in there and take this social media app and shoot that shit to the moon. So tired of seeing it. It ain't nothing but rotting people's brains out, man.
Yeah, that feels like it's appropriate. And I guess my question is, how are you dealing with it? Because I'm not. I'm dissociating, which is probably a very white supremacist take and a bad anti-racist take on it. But seriously, how do you not compartmentalize away all of this horrific shit? How do you feel loyalty to this country anymore?
Deportation.
I struggle with it. I remember being in my 20s and going to Europe and going to dinner with a bunch of expats who all kind of really railed against the U.S. and how bad it was. And I was very young and I defended the U.S. I was like, what are you talking about? This is still the greatest nation in the, you know where that's going. I haven't felt like that in 10 or 15 years at least.
Why is she still here? If you haven't felt that way in 10 or 15 years, why don't you leave? Oh, yeah. That's right.
How do you do it? Tell me how you do it, because I know I need to figure it out in order to be part of the solution. And most days I look at the news and I'm like, I can't. They're rolling back no-fault divorce. That is incredibly important. And you know what? I can't even, I don't have the bandwidth to even figure out what's really going on there.
All right, guys. So
Shout out to BCP. Make sure y'all check out Greg's channel on YouTube. He's always got crazy ass shit. These big ass heifers. Take more shots, you big ass bitch. Deportation, automatically deportation. And what's so funny to me is they hate America, but the fact that we have freedom of speech let them sit there and say all the stuff they say. Talk all that shit. If it's so bad, peace out, lady. Fonzie says she can't leave her house. Now she's going to leave the country she hates. Exactly. Forklift harassed into Canada. Yeah, exactly right, Mandingo. Sonia says she's trying to say that when she was young and dumb, she thought America was great, but now she knows better. However, where else can she live on her diet? Oh, for real. I mean, why don't she go live with them expats she was talking about are so awesome? Sonia sent me another one over here, too. So this one from Liz at TikTok as well. Shout out to Sonia for being the best co-host on the internets. This post says a straight man can be attracted to a trans woman who still has a penis, and he's still 100% straight because trans women are real women, and it doesn't matter what's in their pants. I beg to differ, sir. Let's hear this madness.
This is very disconcerting and confusing to women. Some straight men are attracted to trans women who haven't had bottom surgery. This is very disconcerting and confusing to women when they find this out because they think, well, if she hasn't had bottom surgery, then, and you want to play with that part of her, then you can't be 100% straight. But that doesn't make sense because you have to remember that these are still women. Trans women are women. They are female. The attraction to her is from the waist up, but it can also be from the waist down. And they can experience pleasure playing with that person from the waist down. But that act, again, doesn't indicate a sexual orientation. It indicates an attraction to the person, to the woman, the trans woman. Actually, some of these men are attracted to gender fluidity in that the person exhibits both male and female body parts. And that's attractive to them. Just like some gay men are attracted to trans men who haven't had bottom surgery. That doesn't make them bi, it doesn't make them straight. Some straight men are attracted.
It makes me wonder, is this dude gay or is this a woman with all the hormones and stuff? Because his voice is very feminine. I mean, this is where they get you. Like, you look a certain way, but are you really that certain thing? Or what's going on here? Yeah, he does looks like he can be milked. Bitchtits.com. Yeah, I think so. I think you might be right. I don't get it, man. Be what you want to be, I guess. Be all you can be in the Army. If you want to reach down there and expect one thing and get something else, hey, that's all on you, player. Don't get derailed, player. Make sure y'all stick around for the Rumble show. I got some funny ass shit over there to play for y'all, but I can't play it on YouTube. Just so you know. Let's watch Peter Ducey get verbally attacked again by Joe Biden. He asked him a simple question. He had to jump over 2 railings and a billy goat to get this interview, but he finally got to ask a question.
There's this testimony now where one of your son's former business associates is claiming that you were on speakerphone a lot with them talking business. Is that what?
Never talk business in anybody. And I knew you'd have a lousy question.
Well, why is that a lousy question?
Because it's not true.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Shout out to Ducey, man. He's doing the good work out there. They never want to give him no questions anymore. Do y'all notice that? This is the first question I see from Ducey in a while. Because that's why he asks lousy questions.
That's a lousy question. Why you ask stupid stuff? You know the answer to stupid stuff.
Shout out to Ducey. And you know he's talked about business with his damn kids before. Come on, man. Every loving father that knows all about his drug habit and all this other dumb shit has talked about his kids about business. He could say that all day. So, yeah, we talked about business. I'm his father. But I told him, don't do no dumb shit. And don't get me involved in it. That's all he would have to say. But no, he lies and lies and lies and lies some more. What up, Sugar Bones in the house? Thanks for coming to the show. Let's see what Cori Bush has got to say. This was yesterday. Cori Bush posted, said, today is the 9th anniversary of Mike Brown's killing. He would be alive today if the institutions of racism and white supremacy were eradicated. He should be alive today. We will never forget. We will continue to fight for justice and accountability. And she's got Mike Brown. And they always show him in like the graduate outfit, like he was just getting out of school. He had so much ahead of him. But look what the community notes got on her ass. The U.S. Department of Justice concluded, based on the available evidence, that Officer Darren Wilson acted lawfully and that the evidence and witness statements do not corroborate allegations of any wrongdoing in this case. Of course not. Then mostly peaceful memes said, robbing a convenience store, attacking a police officer, trying to take the officer's gun to kill him with it, and charging him when ordered to stop should not be a death sentence. Awesome. Shut up, Cori Bush. You dumb. Sonia said he was on his way to Bible study. It's tragic, dude. Every time I see a black scholar gunned down on the way to Bible study, I'm just beside myself. I just get beside myself. Moving on. Yeah. In R&B news. Yeah, sound like the right sentence to me too. Yeah, me too. Hinton Cannon would be going into the 2nd grade if the black man didn't murder him. Yeah, Black lives matter, but only the ones that they care about. Let's watch this shit. Tory Lanez. You remember he shot Megan Thee Stallion in her pinky toe? He shot me in my pinky toe. Remember that shit? He got 10 years for that. Watch this.
Tory Lanez is heading to prison for shooting and wounding hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion. A judge today sentencing Lanez following a 2-day hearing. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter is live with more on this emotional case. Leanne.
Mark, the rapper who has been behind bars since sentencing in December, making a last-minute plea for something outside of prison. The judge telling him there is one set of rules for everyone.
Today's sentence is justice for Megan. It also sends a message to the defense.
Dude, I couldn't believe this, honestly, before we get too far into this, because they got them the people that do really despicable acts on kids. They get 6 months. They get we got a lot of shit to talk about because I missed a couple days, but Pete Buttigieg, his favorite friend that got busted for child traffic and stuff and child porn images and whatnot. His ass got 30 years in jail. Nobody talked about that on the media. 30 years, but with 120 years suspended. So they could have gave this dude like 2 life sentences straight over, but pled it down somehow to 30 years. I don't get it, man. And Tory Lanez shoots somebody in the pinky toe and he gets 10 years. Okay.
That actions have consequences.
Prosecutors praising the judge for sentencing rapper Tory Lanez to 10 years in prison for shooting hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion. The 31-year-old's attorney, though, says the judge went too far.
I think the sentence handed down.
That's a Jose Baez right there. Jose Baez. Y'all remember him? That was dang, what's her name? Say my name, say my name. Help me out, y'all. The girl, Casey Anthony. That's Casey Anthony's attorney. Oh, Jose Baez.
Incredibly harsh.
The defense bringing in a number of witnesses during the 2-day hearing in hopes of sparing Lanez from prison. The rapper himself making a personal plea to the judge before sentencing, asking him for another chance, saying there is a misconception about him, quote, being this monster and not having any remorse, saying it's just not true. I am just trying to be a better person. Prosecutors say Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, led a campaign of hate against the singer, whose last name is Pete, ever since.
See, right there was the supposed footage of where she got shot in the foot. I never been shot before, but I have stubbed my toe really bad. And getting shot in the foot is way worse than stubbing your toe. I could only imagine half your foot would be blown off. I don't even see no blood on this situation right here. They said it grazed her foot. I don't know, man. It all smells like some hooey.
The shooting in July of 2020.
Over the past 3 years, Mr. Peterson has engaged in a pattern of conduct that was intended to intimidate Ms. Pete.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He shot me in my pinky toe, just like the movie Harlem Nights. Yep, he shot that ass right in the pinky toe.
Silence her.
Lanez was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
Okay, so here's some little bullet fragments. Let me get SC's message out of the way for a second. This is like the heel area, though, looks like to me. Little fragments of metal still inside there. I'm sure they got it out, but how come none of this bone is destroyed? Did that shit pop up off the concrete and get into her? I mean, a shrapnel? I don't understand the injuries. I'd have to see the... maybe I will watch that Nate, the lawyer, breakdown. Sonia says for anyone who is interested, Nate, the lawyer, breaks down the Megan's case, and it's bogus. Yeah, I'd have to see the forensics on all that stuff before I could make some kind of determination. I'm not sure if this was a jury trial or not, but they seem to go her way on it.
During an argument, she told jurors he had offered her $1 million to stay quiet. In a statement read in court on her behalf.
Speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, y'all remember when Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton did that weird painting expedition with her? And she was talking about, yeah, we all hoes out here trying to make it in this life. And Hillary Clinton's rich old stank ass talking about, yeah, girl, you know how we do. Like, bitch, you can't identify with a damn thing. Shut up.
Half before the sentencing, she said Lanez had made a mockery of her trauma. The rapper's attorney says the sentence doesn't fit the crime.
This case, to get a 10-year sentence is extreme, and really just another example of someone being punished for their celebrity status and someone being utilized as to send an example.
And Lane's attorney says that they will be filing an appeal in the case.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
So they're using that to set an example to do what? For people not to shoot each other anymore? There's all kind of people shooting each other and they don't give two shits about it. Well, using him an example for what? I mean, a celebrity can't get away with stuff too. He probably didn't want to pay no big ass fine and play. They were like, you know what? We're going to put you in a dress and play ball. Man, I ain't into that shit. What'd you shoot that girl for? What? Mm-hmm. Here's a story from Nick Sodor. It says, new cocaine found in the White House belonged to a Biden family orbit member. According to top Secret Service sources, Joe Biden has been informed of the name of the person who brought the cocaine into the White House last month. Biden has been hiding the perpetrator's identity since the drug was discovered in a highly secure area in the executive mansion, accessible by only top officials and family members of the president, the sources said. They added that fingerprint tests brought back a successful match, which helped to identify the individual who had handled the baggie. Yet the investigation was closed and shoved to the side mere days after the discovery. Should a congressional investigation be opened to find who brought the cocaine into the White House? Is this being covered up? Dun, dun, dun. We'll never know. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he didn't play ball, dude. You got to play ball or they will ruin your career. They'll ruin your life. Put your ass under the jail. And anyway, he's a celebrity. I seriously doubt if he'll do 6 months, man. They'll say, oh, he did good behavior, time well spent, or some weird bullshit, technicality. He'll be out of there before you know it. Let's watch the 6-year-old brag about shooting his teacher. 6 years old. You understanding me? 6 years old said, I shot that bitch dead.
Also tonight, brand new documents are painting a clearer picture of the moments after a teacher was shot by a student at Rich Neck Elementary School. They outline what the 6-year-old said about his teacher after firing the shot that hit Abby Zwerner. 10 on your side, Stephanie Hudson now, continuing our coverage of this story. Stephanie?
Chris, the words he used may not be what you'd expect to hear from a first grader's mouth. What he said and a previous violent attack on another teacher are all revealed in these court documents. Police arrived at Rich Neck Elementary School on January 6th to find a 6-year-old boy being restrained by a school employee and a loaded 9mm handgun on the floor. That employee told police the boy admitted to shooting his teacher, saying, I shot that bee dead, and I did it. I got my mom's gun last night. His mom, Deja Taylor, told detectives she believed the gun was in her purse with a trigger lock on top of her bedroom dresser the morning of the shooting.
Who believes that? Nobody believes that thing had a trigger lock in her purse on the dresser. I believe it was in her purse on the dresser. I don't believe it had a trigger lock on it. I could be wrong.
And that the key for the lock was kept under her mattress. Detectives also interviewed the teacher.
Who believes that? That you're keeping the key for the lock under your mattress just in case something happens to you? Come on, man.
Abby Zorner, who told them the boy had several disciplinary incidents in the past. Detectives then interviewed the child's former kindergarten teacher, who said the child placed both of his arms around her neck, pulling down, choking her to the point she could not breathe.
6 years old. And this is coming from the previous kindergarten teacher. So when he was 5, he was doing this shit. They said he had several different disciplinary incidents. Y'all can't control a 6-year-old, man? Come on, man.
Your assistant had to forcibly remove him from the classroom. Court papers indicate that incident was not found in the limited records detectives received, and they believed that incident and possibly others were not readily provided by the Newport News Public Schools. Zwerner is suing the school district for $40 million. Her attorneys declined comment. The attorney for the boy's mother, James Ellison, told me the child, he's obviously got a lot of issues, and he's in therapy.
Come on,
We're
man.
all pulling for his continued improvement.
What about that teacher's improvement? He needs to get his little ass whipped. His mama needs to face some kind of charges for that shit, neglecting firearm safety neglect or some kind of shit. I'm sure there's a law for it.
Now, Taylor pled guilty to 2 federal gun charges in June. She is expected to plead guilty to child neglect charges in Newport News next week.
There you go.
Also tonight,
pleading guilty to child neglect charges. Yeah, he's 6 years old. He shouldn't know anything about any of that stuff. His language tells you everything you need to know about his mama and his living situation. Yep, Lil Thug. R.I.P. Lil Thug. I wonder when his album's coming out. Anyway, let's go on to some more ridiculous stuff. Remember these 3 goobers right here? The Tennessee 3. The big bitch right here. She makes a move toward the 2024 Senate bid. She's going to try to take Marsha Blackburn's spot in Tennessee. All my Tennessee listeners, you cannot let that happen. Do not let this bitch be in there. We'll get more of this trash right here. They all look just like some straight up characters. Got the tie, got the fist pump, big ass afro. Such a cliche. Gloria Johnson has launched an exploratory committee as she considers running for the seat held by Senator Marsha Blackburn in 2024. She filed exploratory paperwork, a step that usually comes just before officially launching a campaign late last week. Doing so allows her to start raising money to support efforts like traveling and polling without officially becoming a candidate. It's not required to run for political office, but it can help boost a candidate's profile. So she's going to start her money laundering campaign here soon. Oh, here's her little comment.
Tennessee has a senator that stands with bullies. I have a reputation for standing up to bullies. I'm taking serious look at this race and having a great conversation with folks who are hungry for better leadership in Washington.
Washington? Shut up, bitch. In Ruby Red, Tennessee. See what it says right there? In Ruby Red, Tennessee, Johnson is expected to face an uphill battle if she advances to face Blackburn. The state hasn't elected a Democrat to a statewide office since 2006. And we ain't gonna start now either, ho. It ain't gonna start now either. Please, God, don't let that big bitch get in there. Please, Lord. I'm sure she'll win, though. All the ones that get out there and show their ass on TV and do all kind of weird shit, they always get in there. Let's go to this next one. Driver crashes into a Murfreesboro home, but leaves, but returns later to confess. I'm sure this wasn't illegal. What do y'all think?
Murfreesboro police want to talk to the man who crashed into a home yesterday and just drove away.
A family of 4 was asleep inside that home moments before the dramatic wake-up call. Our Michael Warwick talked to the people living there about what happened.
She said it felt like an earthquake. That's how hard he hit it.
Irene Boydston stands beside her crumpled garage.
Who'd imagine we've been living here only a month.
New to the neighborhood, she and her family already have a story to tell after someone crashed a truck into their home early Sunday morning and then drove away.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Wow, welcome to the neighborhood.
believe it was a hit and run. I mean, out of all these houses.
Murfreesboro firefighters got to work patching the holes and putting up support beams so the Boydstons could stay in the home.
So really, they knocked out 2 poles.
While puzzled by the crash, Irene says nobody was hurt. Something she feels was because of a small angel statue they'd carried from home to home, which stood on their front porch.
But it got destroyed. This angel statue is supposed to keep their house safe, but a car still ran through it. I don't get it. And the statue got destroyed.
That we always had an angel watching over. It could have been worse. He could have hit it again. My daughter, all her clothes, all her stuff is halfway above this garage.
Irene tells me the man who hit her home came back later that day to confess and told Irene he was sorry and gave her his insurance card.
It was good that our kids got to see no matter what you do, the best experience is whatever consequences come after it, you always have to do the right thing.
Murfreesboro police say the driver could face charges for leaving the scene of an accident and property damage. Irene intends to leave it in the hands of police, tonight counting on her insurance to take care of their move-in mishap. Michael Warwick, WSMV4.
Could face charges for running away from the scene? What, couldn't you just say will face charges? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't you be? I don't get people, man. I don't get it. Let's go to the next one. This is another local story. Remember, we did that story a few weeks back. Fonzie said the Tennessee 3, buckwheat, stymie, and alfalfa. All these house, and that motherfucker runs into mine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All the houses on that street, and they just happen to run into that one. That's a great point, Sonia. You said it, not me. Where are the angels when kids are getting raped? Just saying. Hey. Don't you blaspheme in here. Don't you blaspheme in here. Now let's go on to the next one. I remember a little while back we did that story about the selfie scammer. He's a guy that was from Nashville, but he was scamming all these different women from all across the country. Dating them, but then asking them for money and shit. Well, he hasn't showed up till 2 of his court cases. One where the lady got awarded $70,000, and this latest one where she got awarded $40,000 just because he didn't show up for court. Let's watch this shit.
He is accused by his former lovers across the country of taking tens of thousands of dollars.
And even though some women are now taking him to court, he's not showing up. But Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley did track him down, and wait till you see where.
Jill Chardine is once again in court, but missing is the man she once loved and is now suing, Todd Dean.
This is the reason why I'm pursuing, because I want him stopped.
And she's not alone. A former lover of Dean's, who asked that she not be identified, filed this lawsuit against his company, Nashville Sanjara Wellness, for more than $71,000. And because he didn't appear in her case either, she was awarded all the money. And while he's not showing up in court...
Mr. Dean, I'm Jeremy Finley with Channel 4. You know that I've reached out to you several times.
WSMV
Dude, don't try to run away from Jeremy Finley. He'll find your ass no matter where you're at.
Before investigates did find him. We'll show you where in just a moment. But first, these women say it's urgent that they file suit now because of a potential window to recoup their money. A WSMV4 investigation found women all over the country saying Dean deceived them, describing himself as a proven visionary and entrepreneur, the CEO of Nashville Sanjara Wellness, a soon-to-be open mental health center in southern Kentucky, sending selfies of his lifestyle, his downtown Nashville condo, getting coffee, and expressing his feelings for them. Problem was, they say, he then started asking for money.
Let's go back to this.
Then started asking for.
Says, I'm going to dinner with a former neighbor from Encore, potential investor. Would you be, by chance, have any extra money? Yes, I'm grasping at storing at straws. Something. What a piece of crap. I mean, I've never asked a woman for $1 in my whole entire life. Besides my own mama. Can I get some gum out of the gumball machine? She didn't want to give me that neither, but I never asked a woman for nothing. These men out here trying to scam ladies are beyond ridiculous.
Money.
You feel like send me $25?
And asking some to invest tens of thousands of dollars in his wellness center. But once the relationships ended, they say he never paid them back. And yet his lifestyle, they say, continued, thus earning the nickname
the selfie scammer.
Now that property for the wellness center that never opened is for sale for millions. So the women say they have to get judgments now, hoping if it sells, they could.
Look at that price right there. $3.4 million, $22,585,000 a month. 30 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, 74-acre lot. That's fucking amazing.
Take out liens if necessary to try and get their money back. So now owing all that money, where did we find Dean? Arriving for poker night at a Cool Springs bar.
And I just want to ask why it is that so many women across the country say that you owe them money.
Dean didn't respond, but we kept asking, knowing all those women we've spoken with.
Have you been using these women and their money to support your lifestyle?
Of course he has.
He fist bumped some guys, but never responded.
He's still continuing to live his life. Yes, absolutely.
Chardine says she'll keep coming to court to send Dean this message.
You cannot continue to get away with this.
And it's not just women in Tennessee. Women in other states are suing him as well, including in Idaho, where a woman was awarded more than $44,000. And if you'd like to see our prior reporting and hear from these women, you can find the story right now on the WSMV4 app.
Dude, I mean, he's a decent looking guy, I guess, but he ain't nobody to be giving money to. I feel bad for these ladies, but don't give these people money, man. Keeping it local here for a second. More local shit. Check this shit out. Former Franklin County Schools employee accused of several charges involving a minor. She's been released after posting a $50,000 bond and a court date been set for November 18th. I'm not going to play the video because it's super short. It don't even really tell you much. The article's where the shit's at. She's facing several charges, including solicitation of a minor. Christy Jolin Whalen was arrested on August 6th after they began an investigation on August 4th for complaining of inappropriate behavior. Facing the following charges: solicitation of a minor, solicitation of sexual battery by an authority figure, 2 counts, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, 4 counts, purchasing alcohol for a child, 4 counts, dissemination of smoking paraphernalia to a minor. Franklin County School District said she's not employed by them anymore. They would not go into details. $50,000 bond, so November 18th is her court date. Another despicable bitch. Being in charge of children and doing all kind of weird shit. Like, get you some girlfriends, get you some friends your own age and go do shit with them if you want to. I have zero sympathy for these type of people that do weird shit like that. Want to put them in this little buoy thing right here and throw them in the Rio Grande with these little buoys trying to cross the river. Look at these little saw blades they put on these things. Check that shit out.
Yeah, somebody went through a lot of ridiculous effort to design these things. Yeah, absolutely. Why would you?
The meat grinder. So somebody, I guess that's when they designed these little buoys. They put these little meat grinder saw blade things in between each one. So when they try to climb on them, fall on them, they get themselves cut. And 2 people already supposedly died doing that shit. Stop coming here. If they put razor wire around this whole motherfucker and had a military guards around that shit like they do in North Korea, you think people would be coming across the border? Nope. Not at all. Give me 1 second here. Check this shit out. This is a rapper found dead in a barrel on Malibu Beach, maybe linked to Pop Smoke's murder, officials say. Look at that. They got a body in a barrel down by the beach. Authorities are conducting an investigation to determine potential links between the death of a man found deceased within a barrel on Malibu Beach in the 2020 homicide of rapper Pop Smoke. Individual who was found in the barrel has been identified as John Javonta Murphy, age 32. His body was discovered on July 31st, encased in a 55-gallon barrel floating near the Pacific Coast Highway Bridge. Here's a video. Let's watch this.
Is the killing of rapper Pop Smoke related to the recent killing of a man whose body was found in a barrel in Malibu? TMZ is reporting that 32-year-old aspiring rapper Javonta Murphy's brother, Jaquan, was one of 5 people arrested in the wake of the 2020 shooting death of Pop Smoke at a home in the Hollywood Hills.
So his brother was the one who got arrested for the shooting, so they killed his brother.
While the report says Jaquan Murphy was later cleared of being involved in the killing, investigators are looking into the possibility that Javonta Murphy was killed in retaliation for Pop Smoke's death. The sheriff's office would not confirm the report. Javonta Murphy's body was found in a 55-gallon plastic drum in the water at Malibu Lagoon State Beach on July 31st. The medical examiner says the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head. If you have any information you think could help, you're asked to call the Sheriff's Homicide Bureau at 323-890.
Dude, that's crazy, man. That's some stuff you see in a movie. You know what I mean? Like, your brother got killed, or somebody, your brother was accused of killing somebody, so they came back and killed him, put his body in a barrel. That shit got washed up on shore. Crazy as hell. Check this shit out. 2 different articles here. Rochester man given 180 days in jail for raping girls. The victims were between 4 and 9 years old at the time. There is no moving on or getting over it, one person said in court. 180 days in jail. But the officer who held back crowd during the George Floyd murder sentenced to 4 years. Over 4 years in prison. So he was just standing there holding back the crowd and he got 4 years. This motherfucker raped kids that were 4 to 9 years old and he got 180 days. Hey, that's the justice system, man. That's how it works. Fair and balanced. What's up, Devon? Do 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 do. Yeah. Yeah, Sonya, remember the lady that was all rubbing on Trump's head the other day? You sent me that video. She was all infatuated with his hair and shit. Watch her run interference for Biden's dumb shit.
Everybody who knows Joe Biden and supports Joe Biden will dig in deeper. They will be deeply concerned and upset about what Trump is doing to the Biden family. You have Joe Biden, who lost his daughter and wife in a car accident and then lost Beau Biden to brain cancer. This is Joe Biden's surviving son. This politically is losing very ugly for the Trump campaign. That's just the bottom line. Everybody who knows Joe Biden and supports Joe Biden will dig in deeper. They will be deeply concerned and upset about what Trump is doing to the Biden family. You have Joe Biden, who lost his daughter and wife in a car accident and then lost Beau Biden to brain cancer. This is Joe Biden's surviving son. This politically is losing very ugly for the Trump campaign. That's just the bottom line.
Shut up, bitch!
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody want to hear that trash. Thank everybody for being here tonight. I definitely appreciate y'all. We're going to jump over to the Rumble channel and do some stuff that we can't do on YouTube because YouTube is dumb. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. I will be back on Tuesday on YouTube. If you're going to follow me over to Rumble, the link is in the description box. Thank you guys for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all. Get this broadcast on your favorite audio podcasting platforms. Apple, Spotify, all that fun stuff. Look it up. You'll find me right there. Shout out to my moderators, Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zetoichi's Cane Sword, Latina and Callie, and the beautiful Miss Sonya Scrapbook. The best Tim Ho co-host on the internet. Let's go to Rumble, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all. We got a lot of fun stuff to do on Rumble over there. I can't wait to get over there because it's going to be fun shit. Can't do it on YouTube because they have too many restrictions. But thank you guys so much for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all. All my YouTube people, I will see y'all back here on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go to Rumble, guys. Peace out, YouTube.
Let's get